Hello, everybody. Welcome. We're going to get started in just 1 minute. I just admitted a few members, but we're really excited. We have a great webinar planned today. Okay. All right. Okay, everybody. Welcome to the ASCT webinar series. Today, we'll be doing Breathe, Stretch, Refresh, Wellness at Work with Jigna Mehta. Jigna is a yoga certified instructor and healthcare professional. She has created this webinar today with simple stretches to ease tension, boost energy, and these skills will help fit into your daily routine. She's an experienced cytologist with over 20 years of experience in GYN and Non-GYN Cytology. She holds a bachelor's degree in cytotechnology from Stony Brook University in New York and owns a strong background in both hospital and private lab settings. She's dedicated and detail-oriented, and we're really lucky to have her today. And just before I pass it over to Jigna, this webinar will be recorded. So anyone who couldn't make it today, we can pass this along and it'll be posted to our website. All right, thanks, Jigna. The floor is yours.
All right, thank you so much. So thank you everyone for being here. I would like to begin the session first by thanking ASCT and the team members for taking the time for being here and accepting my request for this webinar. This is a unique webinar. I haven't seen ASCP or anyone from our profession do it. So this is something exciting. So thank you for being here. All right, so like she said, we are going to work on micro stretches. It's all about micro stretches that you can do right at your work desk. So these are easy stretches. Consider them as tools that you can carry with yourself throughout your day, wherever you are. You don't have to be at the workplace. You can do this anywhere. So these are really beneficial. I've been doing it for decades, and I've been teaching my students, of course, to use them too. So you're at luck here. If you're here and watching me live, you're at luck. So let's begin. All right, thank you so much. Again, we are going to focus on micro stretching. Okay, micro stretching, like bite-sized stretches throughout the day. It aids in stress relief. It boosts productivity, and of course, the more oxygen you take in your body, you're going to feel better. So I'm just going to give you little tricks on how you can bring all these in together throughout your workday. And I have been doing this at my work desk. People who walk by, they see me stretching my hands up, and it does help. So I know it does help. So I'm happy to share. All right, so the way this works, these stretches that I'm going to show you, we're going to do it in 3 planes, the 3 planes that we exist in, okay? So we are in sagittal, which divides us from left to right, frontal, which is back and front, and then transverse, okay? So up and down. So we are going to do moves in all these planes, and this is why these work a lot. We're going to help our muscles stretch in different angles. And this, as we stretch, we are increasing oxygenated blood throughout those muscle groups. All right? So that's a little secret. This is why these stretches work. So before we begin any stretches, anything that we have to do here, I want to talk about posture. Posture is such a crucial thing, right? So right now I'm sitting in such a way where my ears are over my shoulders and my shoulders are over my hips, okay? So in our yoga world, we always say head over heart, heart over pelvis. You are aligning yourself. You're sitting up straight. This is called proper posture. It happens in the day we get tired and we slouch. It happens. I have done that too. But it's always good to be mindful. You want to be upright. It's really good to be upright. So remember this little cue. You always want ears over shoulders, shoulders over your hips. So now your back is aligned. Okay, this is proper posture. So remember, as we go along, you want to be in this proper posture state. One of the quickest way to get here is to come a little bit up front on your chair. Press your feet down flat on the floor. As soon as your feet is pressing down, your body is now sitting up straight. There's no way you'll be slouching and pressing your feet at the same time. So now you're engaged here. You're pressing your feet down. And now crown is reaching up. So there's a little bit of tugging going on. Now you're trying to stretch your back body. All of a sudden, you'll notice you're sitting up straight. And then slowly, gently, just tug the chin back. There you go. You're in proper alignment. All right, so feel this. Notice where you are and notice how you feel. All right, so again, I'm just going to repeat this whole cycle again. You want to press your feet down. Let the crown reach up. And then gently just tug the chin back. Again, notice ears are over your shoulders. Shoulders are over your hips. Okay, so now we are sitting up in proper posture. Something that at our work desk, sometimes we lean forward in the microscope, and it happens. It happens, but you want to take a break. You want to pull yourself back and sit like that. Okay, so proper alignment. You're right here. All right. So if you can manage this posture, if you can keep it going, stay there. We're going to begin the session with breath work. Okay, breathing is like the center of everything that we do. All right, we take 12 to 16 breaths per minute. 12 to 16. See if you can lower your breath count to 6 breaths per minute. Okay. The reason why I'm telling you that, you're slowing your breath down. So somewhere in the brain, you're now trying to kick in the parasympathetic mode, which is the rest and digest mode. So your body is not on the go all the time. You want to be in this parasympathetic mode to feel calm, be focused at work, right? The way it helps you, you feel energized. I know by the count, you can say 12 breaths per minute and 6 breaths per minute is almost the half. But remember, when you do slow, deep breathing, you're taking more oxygen in, which benefits our body. Okay. So I'm going to start with breath work now. I'm going to teach you this breathing exercise. It's called diaphragmatic breathing or deep belly breaths. So diaphragmatic breathing, okay, diaphragm is a part of our core. Our core is not just those 6-pack muscles that we see. Our core is actually a 360 degrees, right? It's all around us. And then there's a bottom and then there's a top. Diaphragm makes the top of our core muscle. So we're going to utilize the diaphragm. I'm going to teach you how to utilize the diaphragm. You can always look this up, diaphragmatic breathing or deep belly breaths. Really good way to calm your body down. If you start your day with 6 diaphragmatic breaths, you're going to feel energized for the day. You can do this any time you feel sluggish at your work desk. Get to this diaphragmatic breathing. Very easy to do, but we're going to slowly transition into it. I want to first focus on your breath. Okay, so just take a normal breath with me. Take an inhale. And take an exhale. This time when you inhale, just focus on your belly. Try to pull your belly out as if you're filling the air in the belly. So inhale again. Now once your belly is pulled out, now fill your ribs and your chest. And then exhale, pull that belly in first. Then let the air out from ribs and chest. So what we just did here is 1 cycle of diaphragmatic breathing. Okay, you want to do 6 of these. We're going to do 2 more together. I just want to make sure you register it. That way you can practice it when you need it. All right, so let's begin again. Take a deep inhale. Remember, you're focusing on your belly. You're pulling that belly out. And then on the exhale, pull the belly back in. Right, this was the second one. One more. Let's begin. Inhale. And exhale. All right, so these are 3 deep belly breaths. I wanted to teach you this important, it's a very important breathing exercise. At least I feel it's a very important breathing exercise that if you know this, you can practice it anywhere and feel energized right away. Okay, 6 deep breaths, that's all you need. There's a research done which was, and the number was decided to be 6. You can Google this up. There's a research on the deep belly breaths. Okay, so 6 deep breaths. What happens is when you're pulling that belly out. Okay, so imagine when you're taking that inhale, you're pulling that belly out. Actually, your diaphragm is getting pulled in. And then when you pull that belly in, when you exhale, the diaphragm expands. Right? So now we're engaging our diaphragm. In return, our lungs, the capacity of our lungs is increased. So we can take in more oxygen. And then when you slow your exhale down, there is a slow exhale. And there are certain gases that get produced when you exhale, especially nitric oxide, if you have heard of it. Really good for the brain. Okay. So inhales are energizing for the body. Exhales are energizing for the brain. So that's why slow your breath down. Right. So moving further, now we begin with our stretches. So OSHA has done the study and it compiles all the physicians and their whatever they came up with the number with all the alignments that were the complaints that had come in. So they said the number is between 60 to 80%, especially for pathologists and cytotechs. There's one study that I found that was done in Washington, D.C. area. 244 cytotechs were taken in account, and they were asked for their pains, the neck issues, shoulders. The common issues that came up are neck, shoulders, low back, upper back, of course, and then, of course, our wrist. The highest percentage was eyes. So visual problems were the highest at 95%. So it's a little scary, but yes. So there are eye exercises also, which we'll do later. But let's begin with the neck stretches, okay? So remember this percentage that OSHA is giving us, 60 to 80% is still high, So you want to take care of your body now before you become the statistic number later, right? So you want to be that 15% that was not in the stats, right? You want to be in that 15%. So let's begin. For neck stretches, again, make sure you're sitting up straight. Remember, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. All right. For neck, we're going to do 2 stretches today. This will help the neck issues. So you want to take breaks, right? When we start screening, I'm guilty of doing this. I sometimes forget. I'm just keeping on screening and I'm finishing my work. But you really want to take a break. You want to just take a breather, step away from your scope, and then you want to gently just look up. And then on the inhale, come back to neutral. So neutral is the place we begin with. Exhale, bring that chin to your chest. And then again, inhale, come back to neutral. All right. We'll do this once more. Again, inhale here. Exhale, tilt your head back. Just be mindful. Notice where you feel the stretch. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale, chin to chest. And then we come back to neutral. All right. So you can do these couple of times, especially when you feel that stress building up. Our bodies are always talking to us. Your body is going to give you some kind of signal like, hey, you have been sitting in one position for too long. Listen to your body. I advise this to all my students, whether they are cytologists, pathologists, any, please listen to the body. It's always signaling us. Second exercise for the neck. All right, inhale. On the exhale, you want to bring your chin towards your right shoulder. Now you're going to stay here and then consciously drop your left shoulder down. And then inhale, come back to neutral. Let's do this on the other side. You inhale where you are. And then on the exhale, you take the move. So you're going to bring your chin towards your left shoulder. Now keep your chin where it is. You're going to just consciously drop the right shoulder down. And then gently come back to neutral. So these are just two basic exercises. There are many more that we can do, but because of the time limitation, I'm going to limit to two. But please reach out to me if you have any questions. You can ask questions here too. But these are basic exercises to move your neck around. We just went sideways and front and back. All right. Let's move on. We are moving to our shoulders. Simple exercise. Okay. Once you're done screening, let's say you're on the imager scope. To my cytotic friends, if you're on the imager scope, you're putting the slide down, the next slide is up. It takes a while for that imager to do its thing, right? So just take your shoulders, roll them up, back, and down. Simple. Come back forward. Again, inhale, lift, back, down. You're going to do the same thing again, just go reverse. Okay, so this time you're going to inhale, lift, forward, down, lift, forward, down. There you go. You just did shoulder rolls. Easy to do. You can do at your desk. Nobody, and even if people are watching, help them. Tell them, hey, do the shoulder rolls, right? All right, so now we're going to focus on our shoulder blades. Okay, so the back part of our shoulders, those big fan-shaped blades, okay? We're going to focus on them because that area does get a little tight, right? Our hands are always on the desk. We are so focused on screening. There's a middle portion that is always tight, right? Let's focus there. So on the inhale, you want to lift your shoulders up to your ears. This time you're going to lift your hands off your legs. Push those elbows back. Let those elbows go all the way back. And you will notice your shoulder blades are coming towards each other. You want that, right? You press those elbows back and stay here. And then gently release, come back to neutral. We'll do this once more. Inhale, lift those shoulders up. Lift your hands up. And now push those elbows back. Let those shoulder blades get towards each other. And release. Simple exercises, but very effective. And the other reason why these work is you're staying present, right? You just don't want to do these. You want to be mindful. You want to be present as you do these. All right, so let's move forward. So we did neck, we did shoulders. Okay, so let's focus on our hands. This is something I do. I'm waiting at a red light, let's say. I'm holding my steering wheel with under one hand, and the other hand, I start doing my exercises, especially after an 8-hour day, because you feel it. We all have felt this before, all right? So this is a simple yet very effective exercise. It's called piano hands. You want to stretch your fingers out and just imagine like you're playing a piano, okay? So just hold those fingers. Of course, my fingers are stretched. I'm not just doing this. My fingers are stretched, and then I'm playing a piano with them. Really good exercise. You don't feel it, but do it after an 8-hour day. You're going to feel so good in your wrist. I do this all the time, wherever I can. I'm at my desk. I'm doing it at my desk. If I'm at a red light, if I'm waiting for the red light, I'm just doing it with one hand. I'm taking time and I'm doing it. every single day. You want to do these piano hands. Thank you. All right, now you're going to bring your hands upright. You're just going to roll those fingers in. You're going to start to roll them in all the way, and then bring that fist down, and then bring it back up, and then slowly open those fingers back up. Right? You can do it with both hands at the same time. Roll those fingers, make fist down, and come back. Slowly roll them back up. Right? Again, really good exercise for your wrist, for your fingers, for your wrist. Another great stretch is you want to extend your arm out. Okay, let's say I'm extending my left hand. You want to take your right hand and then gently, fingertips are pointing down. You want to gently tug on those fingertips. Keep your hand straight as much as you can and keep tugging on those fingers. Of course, this depends on your body. Go as far as your body allows you. And just hold and stay there. You're going to feel this. You're going to feel that stretch here. Breathe into it. Breathing is another good way to go through the stretches. And then you're going to release and go the other way. This time, fingertips are pointing up towards the ceiling. You're going to take your right hand and just pull on those fingertips back. And done. Always balance it out. So let's go on the other side. Extend your right arm out, fingertips pointing down first. Left hand is pulling those fingertips in. And then release, and then let those fingertips point up. And then left hand is pulling those fingertips back in. And release. And you want to just make wrist rolls. I'm sure you have done this before, but an easy way to release the stress from our wrist. All right, so enjoy those stretches. So these are wrist stretches, really good. Another great way to see how your wrist is functioning. This is just to measure how far your wrist is, okay? Because there are people who cannot come in this position, and that tells me a lot about their wrist. So this is actually a mudra in yoga. This is called Anjali Mudra, or prayer pose, you can say. But here we are assessing your wrist, making this 90-degree angle with your forearm and your hand. Very difficult for many people. If you can stay in this position, and if you can press on those palms together, stay there. This is another great way to relieve the stress from your wrist. Just keep pressing on your palms together. And release. All right, so hope you're enjoying it. We did the neck, shoulders, a little bit of arms, and mostly hands. All right, fingers, of course, covered. All right. So hopefully you're enjoying it. Please let me know. Please leave some comments so I can gather them in the end. All right, so we are going to move on. This is my favorite stretch of all. This is for our back, okay? This is something every tech should do it. Everybody sitting at the desk should do it. So if you go home and if you know your husband is working at the desk all day long, please share this. If your partner, your wife, anyone, please. Most important of all. So I'm going to turn sideways just so I can show you better, okay? So this is all for our low back, actually for the whole back, okay? This stretch is called cat-cow. You can look it up on YouTube. You'll find gazillion videos on these. But you're here, you're lucky. I'm going to show it to you. So let's begin. Again, we want to sit up straight. You want to make sure your ear is over the shoulder. Shoulder is over your hips, right? So we are sitting up straight. Take a deep inhale. Now, as you're inhaling, you want to pull that belly forward. And I'm arching my back. I'm gently looking up. And then on the exhale, I'm going to pull my belly in, round my back, and bring my chin to my chest. So let's do this couple more times. Inhale, you want to pull that belly forward. Arch your back. Gently look up. So this is called cow pose. And then on the exhale, you want to pull that belly in. Round your back. Chin to chest. This is cat pose. Inhale. And then exhale. Two more times. Inhale. Exhale. And then last one. Inhale. Exhale. And then you come back to neutral, right? So this is really good for your spine, okay? So all we did, we're going into extension and flexion. Really good for the spine, really waking up those spinal muscles. I recommend all my students, everyone, to do it in the morning. So you start your day by doing some cat-cows. You reach work, take 5 seconds, 5 seconds. You just want to move your body in this form. 5 seconds, cat and cow, okay? I want everyone to do it from tomorrow. You just did it with me today. All right, moving further. So the last one is a twist. Now, twists are energizing for the body. Midday slump. We have all been there, right? When you feel so tired, you're just down and under. That's when you go for the twist. I do this all the time. You see me in my desk. If someone's, as I said before, if someone's walking by, you might see me and then I stretch. And I'm happily just doing it at my desk because I know it benefits me and my body. But here I am to teach you. So let's move on with this twist. Again, you want to sit up straight. So imagine twist as you're taking a wet towel and you're wringing it out, right? All that water is going out. And imagine after wringing, you're putting it back in water, it absorbs more in. So that's exactly what we're doing. We are going to take our muscles, go in a little twist. So all that old blood, I mean, there's blood everywhere, deoxygenated blood, everything is coming out. And oxygenated blood is going to go back in. That's why you feel so energized after the twist, because we are sending fresh blood there. Let's begin. On the inhale, this time, you want to lift your hands up all the way and see if you can take your gaze up on your fingertips. And then on the exhale, you're going to bring your right hand outside on the left knee. All right. You can stay here. We can go for a little side stretch here. So I'm going to bend towards my right side and my left fingertips are pointing to the right. All I'm doing is just aiming for this side stretch on the left side of the body. And then inhale, I come back up. I'm going to take my left hand, hold the chair. And now with my right hand, I'm going to push on that left knee and go for a deep twist, my gaze behind the left shoulder. And then gently on your inhale, you release and come back to neutral. All right. Let's do this on the other side. Remember, we always want to balance everything out. You don't want to just do one side and leave the other side. Balance it out always. All right. So let's go again. Inhale, lift your arms back up. See if you can lift your gaze up. Look at your fingertips. This time you're going to take your left hand outside the right knee. And now again, we're going to go for a side bend. So you're going to bend towards the left, right fingertips pointing to the left. And now you want to take a deep inhale here. On the exhale, you're going to bring your right hand down, hold that chair. Inhale, you want to lengthen always. And then exhale, go for your twist, gaze behind the right shoulder. and then gently release and come back to neutral. All right. So twists are always, always energizing. So your midday, if you feel that slump coming on, go for a twist. I'm telling you, it's going to help you. Try it tomorrow again. All right. So before we go, I was only going to focus on the upper body stretches, but I'm going to give you one little extra exercise. This is really good if you, since we sit for a long period of time. All you're going to do is you're going to lift your ankle. It doesn't matter which side you want to go first. Okay, so let's say I'm going with my right ankle. I'm going to lift my right ankle and bring it on top of the left knee. You can do this even if you're wearing shoes, no matter where you are. All I've done is brought my right ankle on the left knee, and I'm sitting up straight, and you're going to feel it in your right hip. Okay. In yoga, this is called pigeon pose. Really targets the lower back muscles, especially because when we sit for long period of time, these get tight. So you just want to stay in this pose. You want to sit upright, hold yourself upright, and just stay here. This in itself works its magic. All right, so here is a bonus for you all. Pigeon pose, you can always Google this up. And now if you want to go a little bit further in this pose, you can always lean forward on top of your right shin. Now, how much you go deep into it is up to you. It's up to your body. Everybody is different. So please, again, listen to your body. Okay, there should be no pain. Discomfort, yes, you will feel discomfort, but there should be no pain. And then gently you come back to neutral, you release the leg down. Now let's say you cannot lift the ankle all the way up towards the knee, okay? Let's say you cannot do it today. You can always just cross the ankles. You can just stay there and you might get a little bit of stretch. May not be as pronounced as what we just did, but you're still going to feel some stretch, all right? As always, let's balance this out. So you're going to take your left ankle, bring it on top of the right knee. Again, you're sitting up straight. You're going to feel it in your hip. Especially if you're sitting for a long period of time, you're going to feel this even more. And if you want to Google this up, this is called pigeon pose. And if you want to go deeper, like I said before, you can lean forward on top of the left shin. And then gently come back to neutral. Release the ankle down, back to neutral. So just take a deep breath again. Exhale. One more deep inhale. Exhale. And as promised, I am going to teach you some eye exercises that I do all the time. 95% is a huge number. That was like a hit. I'm like, how can we be in 95 percentile? So let's try this. If we try this today, 10 years from now, we may not be in that 95 percentile. So here are the little tricks that I have been doing. I feel it helps my eyes. I feel relaxed and I do it all the time. All you're doing is you're going to take your gaze. You want to look all the way up without moving your head. Okay, so just look up and then look down. Remember, you're not moving your head, only your eyes. And then you come back to neutral. Now you look sideways. You look to your right. And then you look to your left. All right, let's do this again. You're going to look up, down, come back to neutral, and then look to your right, and then to your left. Right? Simple exercises, yet beneficial. So why not, right? We should keep doing these. There are some evidence-based results given to these micro stretches. Okay, there is increased oxygen flow, reduce in stiffness for the day, take care of your carpal tunnel, boost productivity and mental clarity just by doing these simple exercises. So here I'm promoting these micro stretches. It's knowledge that I have, and I feel knowledge should be shared. So hopefully you all enjoyed this too. All my exercises and all my information is coming from Dr. Andrew Huberman. He is a neuroscientist at Stanford Medical College. Please follow him. He has a podcast. He's amazing, science-based hacks for our body. Listen to him if you like. Thank you so much. Thank you for allowing me to be here. Your future self is going to thank you. So thank you.
Wow, Jigna, thank you so much. I feel great. And there really are small stretches we can incorporate, pretty much all day whenever we have just a minute or two. I don't see any comments in the chat. I was seeing some thumbs up and some hearts, so people were following along and getting the best out of our class. We do have a little more time. If there's like another stretch, if you felt like you had to cut it out and you wanted to show us, we have time. But if not, we're really thrilled that this was recorded. And oh, I see a raised hand. So let me get to that.
Okay.
Sorry. Let's see. Just a second.
No, it's okay.
Oh, let me see, Barbara. I'm going to try to unmute you. Sorry. Barbara, try to unmute your mic. You can ask a question.
Oh, hi. It worked. It worked. I love it. I love it, you guys. I used to have a yoga teacher one time who called that eye yoga. And he would have us look straight up and do it even, okay, what you did, and then also like clockwise to the right and then back to the left. Yeah. And he's the only yoga teacher I've had that did that. So I'm so excited that you did it too. And I'm excited. I want the students maybe to see this like before finals and what you're saying, I can tell them this energizes them or this relaxes them. Yeah. They will listen to me, but they'll listen to you. So super helpful. And the only reason we didn't comment was because commenting was turned off for participants. I tried to comment when you asked us to that, so I sent you a reaction. I was one of the hearts.
Thanks, Barbara.
Barbara, I will tell you, recently I was invited at BOCES for the graduating class, sonography class of 2025. They were already educating their students even before they went out in the field. So I had to tell them about these micro stretches, how they can avoid in their workplace. So definitely tell your students, because Absolutely. We need to put this out there. We need to be the start, right, somewhere.
Right. Oh, and I appreciate the hand stuff a lot too. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for being here. Thank you.
Yes, I love the wrist stretches. Those we forget about. I'll do the neck sometimes, but I forget about, wrist stretches. Piano is so easy.
Never. Yes, this is like an amazing little food for your carpal tunnel. Please do
that. I love that.
Every single day. Don't forget this.
All right. Well, thank you. I'm going to put my email in the chat. If anybody had any more questions, you can reach out to me and I can connect you with Jigna and follow up. But this will be recorded and posted onto the ASCT website. So we could all refer back to it at a later time, or we could share it with anybody else. But really, Jigna, thank you so much. This was really amazing. So I really appreciate you taking the time.
I appreciate you guys being here and appreciate ASCT for allowing this. So thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm just making sure. Yeah, just us. I just want to say it was really, really great, Jigna.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad. I'm
I
glad.
loved it.
I'm glad.
Yes, thank you so much. That was great.
Yeah,
Thank
it really was. Like I was so involved and everything was just so nice. So I really appreciate that.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
And I'm
Thank
sorry about the commenting thing. That's a good note for next time. I didn't realize I put no comments on there. I'm sorry about that.
That's fine. We got Barbara at the end, and I think she spoke for, kind of the group, saying it was just really nice and everyone enjoyed it.
you. That's okay. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you. Take care, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.